All right, on to working papers 6-4. Again, let's go into chapter 6, go down to lesson 4 into lesson review, and go to our working papers and go to 6-4. On this one, it says that we are going to journalize the adjusting entries and we're going to post the adjusting entries. So on April 30th of the current year, Fix It Now has completed the worksheet in the question assets. Journalize the adjusting entries and use page 8 of the journal. So our first one that we're going to record is our supplies. So we go down to our journal. Remember, adjusting entries will be a title on our journal because we do not have a source document for this particular entry. Anytime we enter something in our journal, we're supposed to have a source document, but since this is the end of the fiscal period, it's in a process we go through at the end of the fiscal period. We just write the words adjusting entries. On our first line, since this is the first line, we're going to write our date. We're going to put in April 30th of the current year. Our adjusting entries, our debit entry for supplies goes to, you can see right here, we're looking at our adjusting entries. Remember, we're in our adjustments column of our worksheet. We're going to go down to our first entry is supplies expense, and it's on line 15. So we're going to type in supplies expense. Oh, if I could spell today. Okay. Our debit is $153. Remember, when we enter information in our journal, we should write our debit entry first, our credit entry second. The other account that is affected is supplies. And that is going to be a credit of $153. And again, remember, we won't have a document number because this is an adjusting entry. Our second entry is going to be to our insurance. When we look through our adjustments column, the debit part of our insurance adjustment is to insurance expense. So the date is the 30th, and we will type in insurance expense. The amount is $125. The credit goes to our prepaid insurance. And that is $125. If you hear something in the background, my dog just decided she was going to eat some lunch. All right, so that takes care of the journal entry, entering the adjustments into our journal. Okay, we're going to go on to the next step, which is posting the adjusting entries. So what we need to do is we need to go to our supply expense. So we'll go down to supply expense. Okay, the date is April 30th. We are debiting it for the post reference. It comes from page 8 of the journal. Our debit entry is $153. It has a zero balance, so the new balance for supply expense is $153. Remember, our last step is to go back into our journal and place the number in our journal, and this is account number 550. Supplies is our next one. So we'll go to our supplies account. The date is the 30th. It is from page 8 of our journal. We are crediting supplies for $153. We have a debit of $128. a credit of $153, we will subtract, and our new balance is $75. Again, our last step is to go back into our post reference of our journal and place the account number 140. Our third posting goes to insurance expense. We'll go down to insurance expense. The date is April 30th. Post reference is from page 8 of the journal. We are debiting our insurance expense for $125. It has a zero balance, so therefore 0 plus 125 is a $125 debit balance. And again, the last step is to go up into our journal and put 530, the account number, where we posted it to in our journal. And then the last one is our prepaid insurance. We will open that one up. The date is the 30th. Page 8 of the journal. We have a credit of $125. Our balance is $375. We transferred the number 125 credit, and so our new balance, $375 minus $125, we have a $250 debit balance. And I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to go back up into my post reference and fill in my number.